Welcome to Tales of Honor, a podcast with a mission to tell the true stories of every recipient of our nation's highest military award, the Medal of Honor. Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's episode of Tales of Honor podcast. I'm your host, Christoph Ambrosch, and this is episode number 630, carrying on with our list of living Medal of Honor recipients, most of which are from the Vietnam War. So we're cooking right along through here. We're getting really close to the end here. And after today, we will give you a little tally update here. 91%. We'll have 59 of the 65 complete. So we're rounding that final corner here. We'll be definitely finishing up here in July and then going on to a new conflict. I do apologize for those of you who like to tune in when the new episodes drop every Wednesday and Sunday. I did decide to take the week off, kind of unannounced, but kind of planned. The wife and I didn't have any kids for that week, and we were trying to get as much done as we possibly could around the property. So by the end of the day, when I would normally be prepping for the podcast and whatnot, I was just exhausted and wanted to just relax and rest. So decided to just take the week off, and but we're back at it now. I have one birthday to go over today, and it belongs to Mr. Robert Modrzejewski, who is a former U.S. Marine Corps colonel that earned the Medal of Honor for his actions in the Vietnam War. He was born on July 3rd, 1934. So a very happy belated 89th birthday to Mr. Modrzejewski. I did cover his story way back on episode number 204, which does seem like a lifetime ago, but I'll have a link in the show notes for those of you who have not listened to his story or would like a refresher. That is all I have for the business side of the house today, so let's get on with today's Tale of Honor. Jay was born on the 29th of July, 1938 in Winslow, Arizona, where he grew up with three brothers who would also serve in the U.S. military during World War II and the Korean War. After high school, Jay attended Northern Arizona University, where he received a Bachelor of Science degree in education in 1962, and he joined the U.S. Marine Corps not long after. It was his actions as a captain with Company G, 2nd Battalion, 4th Marines, 9th Marine Amphibious Brigade in the Republic of Vietnam during his second deployment that would later earn him the Medal of Honor. The citation reads,
Major M. Sando Vargas, Jr., while serving as commanding officer, Company G, 2nd Battalion, 4th Marines, 9th Marine Amphibious Brigade near Dinh Tô, Republic of Vietnam, on 1 May 1968.
For conspicuous gallantry and intrepidity at the risk of his life above and beyond the call of duty while serving as commanding officer, Company G, in action against enemy forces from 30 April to 2 May 1968. On 1 May 1968, though suffering from wounds he had incurred while relocating his unit under heavy enemy fire the preceding day, Major Vargas combined Company G with two other companies and led his men in an attack on the fortified village of Dai Do. Exercising expert leadership, he maneuvered his Marines across 700 meters of open rice paddy while under intense enemy mortar, rocket, and artillery fire, and obtained a foothold in two hedgerows on the enemy perimeter, only to have elements of his company become pinned down by the intense enemy fire. Leading his reserve platoon to the aid of his beleaguered men, Major Vargas inspired his men to renew their relentless advance while destroying a number of enemy bunkers. Again wounded by fragment grenades, he refused aid as he moved about the hazardous area, reorganizing his unit into a strong defensive perimeter at the edge of the village. Shortly after the objective was secured, the enemy commenced a series of counterattacks and probes which lasted throughout the night, but were unsuccessful as the gallant defenders of Company G stood firm in their hard-won enclave. Reinforced the following morning, the Marines launched a renewed assault through Dai Do on the village of Dinh Tô, to which the enemy retaliated with a massive counterattack, resulting in hand-to-hand combat. Major Vargas remained in the open, encouraging and rendering assistance to his Marines when he was hit for a third time in the three-day battle. Observing his battalion commander sustain a serious wound, he disregarded his excruciating pain, crossed the fire-swept area, and carried his commander to a covered position, then resumed supervising and encouraging his men while simultaneously assisting in organizing the battalion's perimeter defense. His gallant actions uphold the highest traditions of the Marine Corps and the U.S. Naval Service. Jay remained in the Marines and returned to Vietnam 3 more times, receiving a total of 5 Purple Hearts. He received the Medal of Honor from President Nixon on the 14th of May, 1970, in a ceremony at the White House, along with 11 others. Jay requested that the name engraved on the medal would be his mother's, M. Sando Vargas, who had died before he received it. He retired from the Marine Corps in 1992 after 29 years of service at the rank of colonel and went on to serve as the Secretary of the California Department of Veterans Affairs for 5 years. 3 years later, Jay was appointed as the Regional Veterans Liaison for the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs, and he held that position for 8 years. Jay R Vargas is 84 years old as of this recording. And that was a tale of honor. Thank you for listening to Tales of Honor, and if you enjoyed the show, please be sure to subscribe and tell your friends and family. Tales of Honor is written and produced by Christoph Ambrosch, and theme music is Loyalty and Duty by Floruz Music. If you have any questions, you can send an email to talesofhonorpodcast@gmail.com, and please be sure to visit talesofhonorpodcast.com for more episodes and information.